To all my students gold and below, this crosshair placement video is for you. Instead of aiming at the sky or at toes, use the markers on the map to keep your crosshair placement at head level. Riot made it incredibly easy for us. On the map Haven, if I'm peeking a defender's spawn from short, use the stacked boxes as an indicator of where to put your crosshair. Here is head height. Now, I also know that the enemies will wide swing this angle since they are extremely close to the wall. So I want to have my crosshair wider out like this. You see? Easy. Let's start putting some thought behind our aim. While pushing the C bomb site, we can use the metal platform to indicate where head level is for back sight. We can also use the middle line on the stacked up green boxes as a head level indicator. When we push into garage, we can use the middle lines on the garage doors, and as we make our way into garage, we can use the middle line on stacked wooden boxes. You see, it's easy. Before we peek into an angle, just take a second to think and look around as to what can be used to help you accurately place your crosshair in the correct location. It's not just Haven. Let's go to Fracture now. Fracture has a lot of ramps and surfaces on different levels, so how can we determine the general head height areas for this map? Well, it's the same thing. If we're pushing A main, understand the map's layout. There is a dip at the area where the defenders peek A main. So here, as an attacker, instead of using the stacked boxes in A main as an indicator, we will use the bottom window frame on the back wall. For us attackers peeking the defender, this is head height. Now, if we were on the defender side peeking the attackers, we would want to use the top orange section on the far poster. Crosshair placement gets easier the more you learn the maps in Valorant. So I recommend for you all to go into custom games and walk around the maps as if you were executing pushes in an actual ranked game. Once you have done this for some time, you can then put some practice into deathmatch. While playing deathmatch, your main focus should be to find the general head height area of every angle you peek. You need to take time to fully learn the maps as well as you know the back of your hand. Another factor as to why this is important is because Valorant is not a flicky game. You don't need to flick here and flick there to have good aim. All you need is to have accurate pre-aims and precise crosshair placement. Don't believe me? Look at players like rayy. Also, a good practice that you can use to accelerate your crosshair placement improvement is to focus on where your crosshair is at all times. Whether you're in the prep phase, planning how your team will push site, always keep your crosshair at head level. This is how we make it a habit. Never allow yourself to look at the ground. Now, I've shown you how easy it is to know where to place your crosshair so it's at head level, but how can you learn crosshair placement while holding angles? It wouldn't be smart for us to hold all angles like this, would it? The answer is no, my friends, and here's why. If you have a 0.1 millisecond reaction time, then yes, you are more than welcome to hold angles this tightly. But if you are a normal person without superhuman reactions, kick your crosshair out a bit wider. A good rule of thumb to keep in mind is this. Let's say we are holding A main as a defender. The angle that we are holding is pretty far from us, but to the attacker, this angle is very close. Due to perspectives, we know that us as the defenders will see the attacker's shoulders before they can see us. So we have to expect that they will wide swing, meaning we keep our crosshair a bit further out than normal. Depending on the distance of the point of contact of the angle that we are holding, that's how far we want our crosshair to be from the angle. Never, ever keep your crosshair insanely tight to an angle. The enemies will run past us without us being able to get a shot off. By default, keep your crosshair about half an inch from the angle. But if we expect the enemies to wide swing us, then give yourself a full inch. No pun intended. This is a good general rule of thumb to stick by until you learn the maps and player tendencies more in Valorant. But that's all I have for you today. If you found this video to be helpful, subscribe and join my Discord for some free Valorant coaching. Consider becoming a YouTube member to gain exclusive coaching content that I offer to my private students. But till next time, deuce everybody, and hit that sub, man, because you know you want to.